I have 13 ways you will save money when switching to carnivore paleo-ketogenic diet. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sylvia and I'm a big city mom. I live, work and raise my family in New York City, and whenever I have some free time, typically when my son is napping, like right now, I blog and vlog about health through diet and nutrition and lifestyle changes. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I refused to take harsh drugs and therapies that would have side effects, and they would only manage my symptoms and never really cure me. Well, it took me a lot of trials and errors, but I found my solutions, and I was so blown away with the results that it finally pushed me to start this YouTube channel. So if this is you, you should definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell, and let's create a community of people that can reverse chronic disease with diet, nutrition, and lifestyle changes. Okay, let's begin. 13 ways you will save money on a carnivore paleo-ketogenic diet. I know what you're thinking. Meat is expensive. It's actually one of the more expensive foods, so if you eat a lot more of it, you will spend a lot more money. Not necessarily. Yes, you will be eating a lot more meat and animal fats. In fact, you'll be eating meat and fat exclusively. However, you will also stop eating all kinds of other foods. And if you are like me, who loves to spend money on supplements, antioxidants, and the next best superfood, you might actually end up saving money. Number 1, kiss your daily coffee goodbye. That's right, coffee has no place on the true carnivore diet. And if you are thinking to go on a carnivore diet for health reasons such as chronic disease, autoimmunity, definitely don't even think about it twice. Just give up coffee, quit cold turkey, take the pain. It is really worth it. I've battled with it myself. I actually made a few videos about my coffee addiction, how I got rid of it, and all the benefits I reaped from it. I will link them down below, so check them out. And you will end up saving money, because a basic cup of coffee here in New York City costs about $3, and that's just basic black coffee with nothing in it. But if you want to get a cappuccino or latte or macchiato or mocha and any larger size, you will end up spending $5, $6, sometimes even $8 for just a single cup of coffee. So add it up, multiply it by weeks and months, it is a huge saving. Number 2, tea has to go as well. It is from plants, it has no place on the carnivore diet. I have to say, I was probably more ridiculous about tea than I was about coffee. I would drink it in the morning and sometimes in the afternoon, and I would be done with it. With tea, it was breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. Black tea, green tea, matcha. I used to get this lattes from a matcha shop. It was a small one that cost $6. Ridiculous stuff, really. And I used to have a big collection of teas that would just fall out of the cupboard each time I opened. So yes, depending on how much you're drinking it, you may actually end up saving on tea and free up some cupboard space. I did. Number 3, snacks. All kind of snacks. Well, for one, your satiety will be a lot higher, so you won't have the need of snacking. Your sugar levels will be a lot more stable. So for the most part, once you get into the rhythm of the carnivore diet, you'll be okay with 2 meals. And you really want to look for any snacks. But imagine going to any deli or a corner store. Most of the foods there is not consistent with the carnivore diet. You might be able to get beef jerky or cheese sticks, but that's about it. And for me, since I was dealing with autoimmunity, I couldn't even have the cheese sticks because I don't eat dairy. And I bought once a beef jerky, but the preservatives of the spices in it gave me a flare-up, so I never went back. So depending how much you like to snack, That will be also a big saving. Number 4, fruit. You will need to stop eating fruit on the carnivore diet. This one was also really difficult for me because I simply love fruit. I don't have to have any sweets or treats. I just want to have my fruit. Berries, cherries, pears, apples, bananas, you name it, I love it. And anytime I failed on the carnivore diet in the initial phase, it was always due to fruit. And if I were to break my diet again, it would be because of fruit. And as you can imagine, I always was trying to get the organic fruit and ate a lot of it. So when I stopped buying fruit, I saw a big saving here as well. Number 5, nut butters and anything made from nut flours have to go as well. And I know this is such a staple on both low carb and ketogenic diets. I used to make keto crackers, keto cookies, breads, waffles, pancakes. You would typically have to mix some almond flour with coconut flour, and you had to get the ratios right, because if you added too much of coconut flour, the texture, the batter wouldn't come out right, and let's say pancakes or waffle would just fall apart. And they're not cheap. Nut butter is anywhere from $7 to $10, and the nut flour, depending what brand you're buying, it could be $7 to $12. So huge saving right here. And while we are talking about nuts, number 6, everything coconut has to go as well on the carnivore diet, and there is a lot of it. Coconut oil, coconut flour, coconut milk, cream, butter, coconut sugar, shreds, nectar, water, yogurt, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something. There's a lot from coconut that you typically consume if you are on the low carb or ketogenic diet. And it isn't cheap. A 12-ounce jar of coconut oil in Trader Joe's is about $8 to $10. And there's one aspect worth mentioning. Paleo-medicine reports that people with autoimmunity and or leaky gut have trouble processing coconut products as well, and they report a lot of bloating. And I noticed this myself. When I tried to reintroduce the MCT oil, I had a rheumatic flare-up the next day. So until further notice, I am sticking to my carnivore diet, saving money on not buying coconut and preventing my rheumatic flare-ups. Okay, we might as well talk about nuts some more. Number 7, proper nuts such as macadamia and pistachios will have to go on the carnivore diet as well. And if you are in the low carb and ketogenic space, you'll know that this is your go-to replacement for your usual snacks that would be full of carbohydrates, sugar, or fruit. And you would typically eat macadamias or pistachios. And again, these aren't cheap either. A small bag of macadamias is about $10. You'll do a little better with pistachios. They cost about $7. And on the carnivore diet, they're gone. And you probably won't even have the need of snacking on the carnivore diet. Number 8, fiber. How many times have you heard that fiber is it thing for constipation? It will always help your constipation. Except that there is a group of people with idiopathic constipation for whom fiber doesn't work. It doesn't matter what kind of fiber you take. I used to buy organic Indian husk fiber. I used to buy organic chia seeds, organic apple skin fiber. None of it worked, but it was expensive. Well, you don't have to worry about fiber on the carnivore diet. In fact, you'll probably deal with the opposite problem, at least in the initial phase. A lot of people have issues with diarrhea when they switch to the carnivore diet. It phases itself out within a week or so. So yes, fiber is another thing that you don't have to spend money on when you switch to the carnivore diet. Number 9, you will stop eating salads on the carnivore diet. And I used to eat salads all the time. This was my lunch most of the times when I was at work. And think about it, it's a really great business model. You pay $15, at least that's what you pay in New York City, to get a bunch of leaves with some cheap toppings and maybe 1 ounce of meat. And I used to do it all the time because I believed this was the healthiest thing to do. Even if I had to go on a date to a steakhouse, I would order a salad. Watercress with caramelized pear and some cranberries. $25. Yes, I used to do that. No more. That's definitely a saving in my wallet. Number 10, superfoods will have to go on the carnivore diet as well. Well, except for one, beef liver or chicken liver is considered a superfood on the carnivore diet. And I used to be the superfood junkie. Mangosteen juice, noni juice, acerola berries, acai berries, goji berries, cacao nibs. I was eating it all. And it's not cheap at all. If I remember correctly, a bottle of noni juice is about $45. Well, no more. My only superfood is now beef liver. Number 11, alcohol will have to go as well. Well, for one, vodka is made from grains, wine is made from grapes, they're plants. We don't eat them on the carnivore diet. Also, if you are dealing with autoimmunity, alcohol increases gut permeability by a lot. I made another video about that and I posted studies to that video, so check it out. I will link it in the box down below. And also, even if you're just doing happy hour, in New York, the bills add up real quick. So stopping to drink alcohol is a real saving. Number 12, you will stop eating any sugar substitutes. So if you are in the keto space, there is a long list of natural sweeteners such as stevia, monk fruit, allulose, xylitol. They're all are used to make keto desserts, and I used to love to make whipped cream with berries. However, my version of carnivore diet excludes dairy as well because of my autoimmunity, so that expense went away as well. And number 13, you will stop making green juices. And I used to be so much into juicing because I thought that was the healthiest thing to do. And so I got myself an expensive juicer, a book about juicing, and I was making green juices. So I would need to get a bunch of kale, some cucumbers, some celeries, green apples, all of it organic. And you would have to juice a lot just to get 12 ounces of green juice. Well, the good news is, on the carnivore diet, you don't have to worry about any of this, and that expense goes away as well. All right, so this is my 13 items that you will stop spending your money on when you are switching to the carnivore diet. I want to add also one other thing. You will also save a lot more time because you will stop spending your time on chopping, preparing, peeling, baking, cooking, stirring foods. You can just throw it into your air fryer. Within 8 minutes, you're gonna have a beautiful steak. All right, before you go, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.